Good evening. Hope you are all doing fine and well during this pandemic. So today I am going to cover about three factors. Number one is oil. Number two is Lakshadweep. Number three is Prime Minister's statement in G7 through uh, video. Then later is other analysis. See, first of all, when we talk about the price of Indian oil, see the India imports oil. We don't produce oil. Most of the oil for India comes from Saudi Arabia, Iran, sometimes from US, like this. So we have to pay dollars and we have to buy. But with a few countries we have to buy. We had some trade where we have to pay some rupees and we used to do some sort of exchange. So now there is a complete change in international politics. Last year, due to pandemic, there was a very big supply chain glut, and forcefully Saudi Arabia stopped producing more than 1 million barrel per day. Then we have a lot of internal and external dynamics who are trying to control the price so that they can have some sort of influence in India. So, for example, if the price of petrol is or gasoline is around 70 rupees, the price may come around 28 rupees. Marketing cost, freight, and other charges may be around 3 rupees. Then we have dealer price around 3 rupees 57 paise. Then we have VAT, which will be around 14 or 15 rupees. Then we'll be having central excise duty of 22 rupees. Total for 70 rupees, we will be paying around 30 or 40 rupees extra for the taxes. See why this tax is very important and why we have to pay. See, one very important thing is in India, whatever the tax we get, whatever the money we get is from corporation tax 21%, IT income tax 16%, borrowing and liabilities very important 20%, GST and others 19%, non-tax revenue 9%, excise 8%, customs only 4%, then non-debt like that 3%. So this is 2019-20 statistics. How much we spend back this amount for 1 rupee? 23 paise is given back to states, very important. Then 18 paise is spent only for interest paying. So that means 50% of central government money is gone. With that, 13 paise for central schemes central sector schemes. Then we have 9 paise for central sponsored schemes. 23, 18, 13, 9. Then defense is very important, we have to spend 9%. Subsidies, very important, we have to spend 8%. Other expenditures, we have to spend 8%. Finance commission and others, we have to spend 7%. And pensions, we have to spend 5%. Now, contribution of agriculture 16% for GDP, for economy. Industry 25%, manufacturing 14%, service 49.19%. Question now is, during pandemic last year to 2020, everything is stopped. India was under strict lockdown. Agriculture employs 41%, industry 26%, service sector 32%. Many were in house. Our exports are 313 billion, imports are 474 billion. More than $100 billion of shortage. Now, through petrol, diesel price hike, when the government of India, what it is doing is, we want the petrol and diesel rates to be less so that people benefit. But the moment the price becomes less, when the fluctuation happens, immediately you can't control 10 rupees, 20 rupees, reduce the price. it will be a very big challenge. So yeah, during this period, the government of India will try to cover government physical budget, revenue and expenditure. By that way, it can correlate the economy. Secondly, whatever loans were taken by earlier governments on petrol, diesel, that all the loans were cleared by the present government. And we are having a very huge reserves. So as a citizen of this country, paying tax is our responsibility. Less than 3% of people we pay the tax. So paying the tax which goes to the central government always should be encouraged. So we should never think it is a burden. Okay. Second topic which I will be covering is about Lakshadweep Island. We all know that there has been a complete, Lakshadweep is in the news as we have a stable and a great administrator who want to convert Lakshadweep like a Maldives and make it as a tourist destination. Problem in Lakshadweep is the geographical situation. Near to Lakshadweep, and the Somalia Pirates in 2015 had come nearby 70 kilometers. They chased the ship to get some kidnappers. Then in Maldives, ex-army people, more than 500 people went to Iraq to fight with the ISIS. So, and geopolitically drugs, arms, ammunitions, explosives, and the child sex abuse, that is all were reported there, and that has to be tackled. So making laws for the development of any region is good for the nation, and we all have to support it. So then on today's topic on the G7, the Prime Minister went there and he said that one earth, one health. Now Prime Minister of India, when he is speaking, is not only speaking for 1.4 billion people of India, but that message will go to more than 70 poor, least developed countries. Even South Africa supports India's cause. Because whatever due to the COVID-19 pandemic, small, medium, least developed countries, they can't pay, or they can't substitute, or they can't buy back the medicines. So India with South Africa and other countries are demanding that Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, Moderna to share copyrights, intellectual property rights, and also raw materials and other details, so that world is vaccinated. One earth, one health is great. That is where Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam will come. Everybody should live peacefully. And the most important thing is, Prime Minister, we have another some more sessions tomorrow also. Supply chain has to be protected. Next generation technology, 5G technology, control over the resources, against debt trap diplomacies, freedom of navigation, democratic promotion, respect to United Nations and other organizations, human rights values also has to be taken care by India, and it has to reach to the G7. It's very shocking that 1.4 billion people are not there in the G7. Because any international institutions, multilateral organization, India has to be represented, because we are the most globalized citizens of the world. With a great culture, history, thought, with a great culture, history, thought, who are contributing so much for the world economy and development. If India is not in Security Council, multilateral organizations, as a share, then the world will be blank. Saying this, I'll wait for your comments, suggestions for my improvement. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a nice weekend.